It's been nearly 2 weeks since we last looked at an add-on on this channel, so why don't we look at one that has the brand new vibrant visual compatibility included with it. The add-on that we're revealing for Mad On Monday is the SCP Uncaged Add On by Cloud Corp. Coming in at 830 mine tokens, this add-on takes up 20 megabytes of space. So let's dive in and see what's included in this experience. Just before we jump into today's video, I wanted to let you know that this video is intended to be a first look reveal and not a full tutorial or an actual playthrough. I'm going to be exploring the add-on for the first time, and you're going to see my genuine reactions and thoughts as we go through it. I'll lay out every block and item that I can find to show you just how much content you get for your minecoins, and I'll talk through what I think stands out, what might need work, and what my general overall impressions are. There are timestamps down below in the description, so feel free to jump around to the sections that interest you most. Let's go. So when you load into a brand new world with the SCP Uncaged add-on, you're given the Personal Digital Assistant, which is your guide to SCP Uncaged. If we interact with it, we get this super cool menu display that comes up, and if we change items, we disappear from it. So if we go back into the PDA right here, now the controls for this thing are a little bit weird. So obviously I'm on PS5, so I'm using a controller. L2 lets me cycle through, which I believe would be left click on a mouse, and right clicking like so goes into the next page. As you can see, we do have the directions on the right hand side as well, and in this screen, if I was to right click or R2 again, I would punch to select. If I crouch and punch, I go back. So just keep an eye on that. L2 to cycle, R2 to click and go to where you need to go. In this PDA, we do have a screen for the SCPs. Now, this add-on does something that could technically be considered sneaky, so just be careful, because in the description it does say that there are 12 SCPs, but that doesn't necessarily mean that all 12 of them are mobs, and we'll go into that shortly. So there are mobs. I've got 9 spawn eggs to show you, and even all of those aren't mobs per se, but there are 12 different SCPs that you can cycle through here, and if you interact with them, like for instance on here, and use L2 to scroll, you do get a bit of information around each of the SCPs. This one, for instance, is a drink that needs to be locked behind a door with a level 4 keycard access. Level 4 clearance has been assigned to the current head researcher of site. Okay. SCP-207 is to be retained inside this area at all times, and all players entering the area should be checked for any food or drink items. All vending machines in Site Square are to only dispense drinks that are visually distinct from SCP-207. Any similar drink is to be investigated immediately. I'm sure we'll look at more of this as we go, but there is a description. SCP-207 refers to a barrel containing 24 cola drinks. The bottles are designated SCP-207-A to X. SCP-207-B is currently the active bottle for testing, and no other bottles are to be opened without authorization from 2 level 4 researchers. So it's very much in lore, in world, in SCP understandings, which I have to be honest with you, goes straight over my head. But we've got a really cool interface, and we do have instructions on how to use this thing. If I punch, I will go back, and we have even more. So we could click on, say, 173, select this, and this 173 is to be kept in a locked container at least 9 by 9 or 9 by 4 by 9, sorry, in size at all times. When players must enter 173's chamber, they are to be accompanied by at least one SCP-131, and the door is to be relocked behind them. At all times, players must maintain direct eye contact with SCP-173 until all have vacated and relocked the container. So again, tons more descriptions, and if you have any understanding of SCP, all of that probably means a lot to you, but they go into some real depth here to look at this, and I think this is a really cool little way of not only delivering the information, but keeping to the lore as well. We can also click into gameplay, and we get an introduction. So why don't we read that to begin with? It says the SCPs are all uncaged across your Minecraft world, and it is up to you to contain them. This is their debut marketplace release, and we hope you enjoy it. This PDA has all you need to secure, contain, and protect yourself against the SCPs. SCPs can be found in abandoned facilities in the overworld or in certain biomes. Containing SCPs grant you special resources that can aid you in your survival, containing other SCPs or building your own facilities. But beware, some SCPs don't like to be contained. Make sure you maintain your containment chambers to prevent a breach. Refer to SCPs for their descriptions and special containment procedures. Refer to gameplay containment to learn how to contain SCPs and build containment chambers. Fight SCPs, contain them, or even build your own facility. The choice is yours. SCP Uncaged introduces some mechanics into the vanilla game. There's an offhand quick swap, which you can use an item in the main hand to quick swap it with the offhand. This only works for a Totem of Undying, a shield, a Nautilus shell, SCP-714, night vision goggles, scramble goggles, charged micro HID batteries as well. There is a shield parrying mechanic, which means timing a shield block is able to parry SCP-682's attacks. This only works for 682. There's a 1-second cooldown between parries, and skilled players can swap out of the shield and back to cancel the cooldown. So that's quite nice. Little introduction of new things that are added. There are also facility doors, and the facility doors in SCP Uncaged are custom blocks which are tied to an entity. So they don't hide the fact that there are entities in the add-on. They won't be removed by using the kill command, and they will return to their original position if teleported. However, it's recommended you don't spawn too many of these in loaded chunks or teleport them into unloaded chunks. Doors can only be placed on solid blocks. Doors can be mined with a pickaxe, dropping their respective door items. Doors can be damaged, and then more information here about how they work. Unlike vanilla doors, they can only be used with, what was that? Let's go up again. Facility buttons or facility keycard readers. Facility containment doors can also have monitors linked to them. So there's some good information here about how to use the doors, and buttons need to be 32 blocks away, and how placing a button or a reader or a monitor will automatically link to its closest door and stuff like that. So good to definitely give this a read. If we come out of here, we then also find out about containment. The containment system in SCP Uncaged requires two things: the containment door and a monitor. Facility containment doors work the same as facility doors, but can also have monitors linked to them. Each monitor can only be linked to one containment door. There are containment systems here and more information on how to do these. Containment chambers are set up by placing a containment door next, link a monitor to it, interact with the monitor to open the containment chamber, and select the SCP type for this containment chamber, as well as the size of the chamber, and now it's active. We'll try to experience this later on in the experience section and hopefully work out how that all works, because right now it's gobbledygook. There's also a sprinkler and a cooler which can be used. We may look at that later. And there's also a little thing here about how certain game rules affect the world. So if you have do mob spawning set to false, it will disable natural spawning of one of the mobs. If you have mob griefing set to false, I can't speak today, it will make sure that two mobs can't break blocks, but they are still able to attack and destroy doors. And if it's false, another one is unable to move through and break glass blocks and other plant blocks. So be careful what you're using, it can affect gameplay. Next up as well, there are some commands that are introduced for map makers and other accessibilities here as well, which can be good to some people. So feel free to pause it if you want to read those as we go through. I'm not one for commands other than the simple basic ones for making videos. There's also building, SCP Uncaged contains advanced custom blocks that work using entities such as doors, coolers, and sprinklers. It's recommended not to use many of them. These custom block entities will not be removed by the kill command, and you can view the recipes for them in the recipe book. In general, most building blocks are crafted using crushed concrete and steel. Good to know, I guess. And then if we go down to the bottom as well, there is also difficulty. Some content in SCP Uncaged is also affected by the game's difficulty. If you're playing in peaceful, hostile, and neutral SCPs will not attack players. All SCPs will never breach containment. Depending on whether you're playing in easy, normal, or hard, the likelihood of some SCPs breaching is increased with higher difficulties. The likelihood of SCP-106 spawning is also increased with higher difficulties as well. So yeah, more information here, always a good thing right there. And then there's also a little thing here for the items. And so you can click into each one here to work out what they all do if I don't cover it correctly in today's video. But we're not going to go through every button. I just can't do that. There is also a credit screen on here, which if we click here, not that one, hold on a second, back out of that, stand up, boom, there we go.
Cloud Corp, where quality soars above.
There was a custom sound there, I hope you heard it. And then also you can see they've got a Discord, and then you've got the credits for everybody involved as well, which is cool. And then what you would have seen there as well is on this screen, if you crouch and press punch, you get a menu which lets you choose specific pages to jump to if you don't want to deal with the PDA, which is very, very cool. And then to come out of this screen, just change the item in your hotbar and you're done. So why don't we start this add-on reveal properly by having a look at the different SCPs, at least the mob ones that you get in this add-on. Now, like I said, this add-on does introduce 12 SCPs, but not all of them are mobs. And in terms of spawn eggs, there are only 9. So let's start. We're going to do this. We've got 939, we've got 173, 999, 131, 682, there's a 553, we've also got 2925, 096, and then back at the start here was 106. So we're going to get away from all of the fancy stuff up there for a second, and we're going to have a look down the bottom, and we're going to just spawn in the ones that we can spawn in and see what they are. I haven't looked at any of them, so be prepared, arachnophobics out there. This is your potential arachnophobia warning, and also not really sure what to expect here in terms of anything. We're going to be looking at models, we're going to be listening to sounds and see how they are. And I will look at it in vibrant visuals afterwards to see if there's any changes to how they look. So let's start with SCP-106, the Old Man. Apparently this is object class Keta, so there is information on each of these things. Not really sure what Keta means. Let's go. Spawn it in. Okay. It's like a jaunty villager. There's no sound. Oh, yes there is. Okay, and as he walks, he seems to create some stuff. He creates corroded blocks as he walks. Okay. He's a very quiet guy. He's a bit of a wanderer. No hit sound. I am playing with mob griefing off, and I am obviously playing in creative, so that could affect things. But there definitely are custom sounds. I can hear him. Okay. Next up, we've got 939 with many voices. This is another Keta. Right. So far, they've been a bit basic in designs. Now, we are using fancy graphics, and this is vibrant visual compatible on day one. So maybe there's a big difference in vibrant visuals. This guy is a big beefy dude, though. Got quite a simple sound as well. Okay. Next up, we've got 173, the Sculpture. This is an object class Euclid. No idea what that means. Oh, hello. It's very pixely and fancy, at least. He's got a bit of a shake to him. 3 legs. Okay. Again, there are subtle custom sounds. Next up, we've got the Tickle Monster, object class Safe. Oh, hello. Hi. This guy has apparently given me regeneration. He's leaving marks all over the place as well. That's nice that they fade away. That's kind of cool. When you hit him, he makes a little squeaky noise. And he is splurting all over the place. Okay. Next up, we have 131, the iPod. I don't know what that sound is for. Hi. I don't know what that sound is, and this guy's disappeared. Okay. Fair dues. Gotta remember this is a somewhat horror add-on, I guess. SCP-131, the iPods, considered safe. Oh, they're not safe. Run! Run away! Oh, Lord. Run, buddy. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that was going to happen. Okay, let's come over here. Let's try it over here. What about... So it seems to always spawn in two of them, little twins. There are sounds. They sound a little bit R2D2-y, but okay. Next up, we've got SCP-682, the hard-to-destroy reptile. It's another Keter. Whoa, that's a big guy. Oh, he gets a boss bar as well. He's not mucking around. Okay. Stomping. Apparently, Keters don't like safe ones. Which isn't true, because they wasn't attacking tickle monsters. They just don't seem to like the iPods. I guess they don't like listening to music then. Get it? iPods. Never mind. Somebody's blinking. What does blink mean? This guy's... Okay. I just got made to... Why am I blinking? When I blink, I close my eyes. Okay. So there's different little graphics. Whoa. When he blinks as well, look, he's powering up something. I have no idea what's going on here. Oh, hello. What's this? What does he do now? I don't know. I don't know, but we've got gameplay mechanics and stuff. Okay, how do I get away from this blinking? This blinking is a little bit annoying. How do I take away from the blinking, please? No, come on. There we go. Okay. So you can get away from the blinking. So next up, we have the SCP-553. These are crystalline butterflies. Okay. They make little noises as they go through. You can hit them for a little jink. Good luck trying to kill one of these guys, though. Every time you hit him, he seems to make a noise. Okay, simple. Next up, we've got 2925, the Sphere of Influence. This is a Euclid again. And this guy gets powered up by sunlight and I believe movement. So as you can see on this little bar, as I get a little bit closer, it will start to tick up a bit and fill up a little bit more. We'll have more on this later as we look at items, but he powers up. And as he powers up, he gets a little bit stronger. You can break him. He is just made of glass. And he explodes. And when he explodes, he sits shattered on the floor like so. And if you interact with that, you can pick it up and you get given the shattered 2925 Sphere of Influence. So there you go. He regenerates after 20 minutes, but does not regenerate in inventory. So I guess if you place him down, he will come back. And then lastly, there is 096, the Shy Guy, another Euclid. Hello, look at the nose on you. Oh my, if a jellyfish became a human, even then that nose would wobble like... I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. No, I didn't mean it. Big man. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You're in a Dasman video. It's okay. See? Oh, look. He's calm. Yeah, you're in a Dasman video. Not everybody gets in Dasman videos. It's going to be okay. No problem. Why are you so fixated on me when I'm in creative? Okay, cool. Let me just quickly set the world to vibrant visuals and let's see how they look all fancy like. Alright then, so I've changed the world to vibrant visuals. It's just a standard Minecraft vibrant visuals without any vibrant visual texture packs. Also, I've changed all of my settings so that gamma is at 100%. Oh wow, hello. And shadows, reflections and everything else has ticked down to high. No longer ultra, everything else is set to high. This guy has a height map. He's got a wobbly nose. He's got bright eyes. Okay. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the vibrant visual on there. No problem. I'm not sure why you're so interested in me, though. Do we have anybody else over here? This is your vanilla vibrant visuals just by setting it on. No change to that at all. These guys. Not so much of a height map going on this guy. He seems to be having his own problems, though, to be honest with you, with his own fights. Okay. And then this guy. Oh, this guy, though. Oh, and he's got a bit of a shot. You know what? We're going to have to come over here. Those two guys are enjoying a fight too much. So, let's get the ones that we can get back out here. So, we've got the old man on here. Height maps, I see them. Okay. Not quite as dark as he was. Interesting. Not bad. Not real shine. But, oh, look, that's really nice. Nice little effect there as well. Adding that 3Dism in. So, you can play in fancy or you can play with vibrant visuals. We've got this guy here as well. Again, with the rib cage protruding out. Awesome. I like it. We've got the sculpture. Again, even more. Is he the one bringing in the blink? I don't know. But again, more height map stuff lit up. Okay. The tickle monster. Not too much of a difference going on there, unfortunately. We'll go up here for the iPods. Play some music. Oh, some good shines on those. Little bit of a glisten. Oh, guys. Guys, nobody likes you. I'm so sorry. The hard to destroy reptile we just saw. What about a crystalline butterfly? Very erratic. This blinking is a bit annoying. And in this one... Okay, and we've seen the shy guy. So then if I set... I think I've actually got always day on. If I go to game rule, do daylight cycle true, and then I set it to time day. Didn't mean day. I meant night. Okay, so we get a little bit of a glisten going on this guy. This guy's shining. Awesome. What else do we have down here? We can see some light up effects going on. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too immense in terms of the lights, but there are some here. Pop round here, we've got... Oh, this guy gets more color at night. He's more of a human. Hello. I mean, as much as you can be. Fair dues. And then if we come over here, these two are still having their eternal fight. His eyes are lit up. He doesn't really have much. Whoa. Calm down, bro. That looks nice, though. That looks really nice. Fair dues. I'm here for that. Okay. And then this guy over here for the shy guy with his glowy eyes there as well. So that is the mobs in their vibrant visual and their fancy graphics. This is all still new to me, so let me know if there's something else you'd like to see with these. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. Dude, you're okay. It's okay. You're still in a Dazman video and you're looking very pretty. I don't think there's any saving this guy. Yeah, there's no saving this guy. Why don't we go and have a look at the different items that you get in this add-on? And so we're back into the fancy graphics now, and there are quite a lot of items added in here. Some of them I'm not going to be able to show you the functionality to. It's a little bit too fiddly for me, this add-on, but I definitely like how much care they've taken for stuff. I don't want anybody to think that's a bad thing. But there is a lot of stuff here. So we'll start at the bottom. We have got steel ingots, which are used to craft blocks or repair doors. So there's information on these items. There's also a steel mixture, which you can smelt to create steel ingots. This is from iron and coal combined in a crafting menu, I believe. We also then have crushed concrete. We have a screwdriver, which allows you to interact with doors, buttons, readers, and monitors to view what they're linked with. There's also a wrench, which allows you to interact with doors and buttons or monitors. We've then got calcite shard, pocket dimensional shards, which is an anomalous crafting item. We've got a pocket dimensional anchor, which allows interdimensional travel. You can interact to set a location and interact to teleport to a location. So, for instance, if I come here and maybe I interact here, how does this work? Mark location must be on a solid block. Interesting. So, if we come down over to here, I wasn't actually expecting to test this now, but I thought, you know what? Let's go for it. So I'm going to put this one here. Marked teleport location is there. And then we're going to head up over to here. If I interact again, I should just teleport there, right? So let's go on here. Boom. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Animation. I've seen that animation somewhere before, I'm sure. Okay, there we go. And now we're here. And it's a one-time use. You see that? It's a one-time use because then it resets again. So it's like a quick getaway. Think escape rope in Pokemon. So if I go again, from first person, we get that third person animation, camera view. There we go. And then reset back into there. And then, yeah, you have to point at where you want to go. So there is a teleporter. Now, obviously, there will be some questions. Maybe we should test it actually. Will it work across dimensions? Let's go there. And then what we can do is set block like so. Da-da-da. We'll go into the nether. We don't need to go to the end. Does this work across dimensions? You must be on a solid block to use the anchor. It does work across dimensions, look. There you go. Answered that question. Let that pop back, and here we are. Back in the world. Let it turn on a bit, and try and find my platform again. Would be really, really nice. Where is my stuff? Please, can we find my platform? There it is, up there. And then once we're back at the items now, there is also a scale from SCP-682, which is an anomalous crafting item, and it can be used for reinforced doors. We also get a safe class floppy disk, a Ulid class floppy disk, and a Keta class floppy disk. We have the Tickle Monster's Goo, which can grant regeneration for 10 seconds and remove negative effects. We also have a bucket of the Tickle Monster, so he's stored in a bucket. We can probably release him here. There you go. Now we've got one of them running around. Always fun, I guess. Next up then, if I can get backwards, we then have SCP-714, which is the Jaded Ring, and this grants immunity to negative effects at the cost of hunger. You interact with it and it will move into your offhand. We have a depleted micro HID battery, and a standard one which is full and can be used to power things, which we'll look at in a little while as well. And then there's a camera. Now a camera is quite cool because you can take a picture of things and you end up with photos of stuff like so. So if there's an SCP in front of you, you can essentially, well, you need film, and that is somewhere. Where is film? I know I had film. There we go, that one there. That's film there. And if we get that camera back, so if you have film, you can hold interact to prepare, which I think because I've got this in my offhand, that's a bit of a bug, isn't it? There we go. Okay, so that's ruined my whole effect there, but we'll try it again. We'll take that out of my offhand, hold to interact. Yeah, look, now it's working. We level it up and let go. There was no subject apparently. If you take a photo of nothing during the day, you get an overexposed photograph. If you take a photo at night, you get an underexposed photograph if there's no SCP. But why did it not let me take a photo of this guy? There we go. Captured the photo of SCP-99, and then it comes in your hand like so. So you've now identified it. And if you interact with this while you're holding it, you can actually hold it up, which fair dues. And it turns around in first person, and it also does it then in third person as well. But it seems to be something that needs to be triggered in first person to make it turn, because if you're in third person, it doesn't turn. Weird. You see, look, now back. A few bugs. Definitely a few bugs there. Okay, and there's a photograph for all of the SCPs that we seem to be dealing with on here. The non-mob ones as well, which is cool. Then we have different key cards. So we've got level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. There is also a med kit which instantly heals 10 HP with a 5-second cooldown. There is a bandage which instantly heals 1 HP for a half-second cooldown. There are night vision goggles which grant night vision when in the offhand, which is very weird. Why wouldn't it be a helmet? It goes on like a helmet, but it actually sits in your offhand. Not sure I like that decision. And then there are also scramble goggles, which scramble 096's face when in the offhand, and same applies. Interact, puts it on, and there we go, it's in your offhand there as well. And then lastly, for items, we have an empty SCP-207 cola bottle, and we have SCP-207 cola bottles here, which you can drink, and it gives you certain effects. It gives you, if I can remember how to look at that, that's up here, speed and haste, apparently. But there you go. So another little look at a few other SCPs here, a few items that are gameplay mechanic-y, and we've identified a few bugs as well. Let's go and have a look at the different weapons and armors that you get in this add-on. Now, in terms of weapons and armors then, we've got one full armor set. There's a few different items of wearable stuff, and then we've got 3 weapons as well. But before we look at those, I'm going to place down SCP-2925. I want that to charge up, and we're going to need this, I think, to work out one of the weapons. Also, I've got a micro HID battery, which we'll also need. But before we look at that, let's start with the hazmat suit. So 4 pieces right here. We'll put these on, and as you can see, there is a 20+ damage reduction from SCP-939 and a full set bonus of wither, fire, and nausea resistance. It's also apparently dyeable in a cauldron. So why don't we check that out then? We're going to need a cauldron for this on here, which is just down here. We're also going to need a water bucket like so to fill this up, and then we will need a dye, because how else do you dye things? If we go into here, we're going to place down the cauldron like so. We'll put the water in, we'll put the red dye, and there you go. They are interchangeable. Maybe not the boots, but there you go. Now I'm wearing a red hazmat. Nice. And we got fire resistance. Ignore speed 2 and haste 2. That's from catching an SCP, which I can't quite get rid of at the moment. But fire resistance is what we get from this armor set. So if we place these off at the moment, like so, there we go. There is also, let me throw these away. There is also this hat here, which is SCP-268. It's the Cap of Neglect, and it grants invisibility when worn. Nice and easy right there. Obviously, the hat still stays, but there you go. That's one of the other 12 SCPs that we get introduced to. Next up, we then have a weapon. This is the Calcite Blade, which deals 1.5 damage, but ignores hit immunity. So there you go. And as you're using it, it's interacted like so. We then also have one on here, which is the micro HID. Now this needs the battery, so place the battery in your offhand and then use, and now we get 3 fires from this. What you want to do is hold down fire, I believe. No, hold down interact L2 to power it up, and then let go, and it does a fire. There you go. So that's how that works. What we'll also then need over here for this one is the Scranton Reality Anchor. It says exercise caution on use. Load with a fully charged SCP-2925, and it creates a reality rift to neutralize SCPs. I don't think I'm going to be able to show you how this one works, because this guy takes ages to load. But use it with caution. I'm going to let you guys experience that one, because that one, I think, probably does some massive things, to be honest with you. And then last but not least, we then have a paper bag, which you use on SCP-096 to cover its face temporarily, degrades after crying. And so I can wear it, and it puts on the paper bag, and I can't see myself even in third person. Take that off, and hey, there I am. Now, are any of these actually enchantable? So let's see. Paper bag, yes. Weird, but yes, the paper bag is enchantable. The hazmat is enchantable. Very good. The SCP-268 is also. And what about the sword? The sword is 2. And the gun No, the micro HID is not. And, we're going to have to check, aren't we? Let's go and see. This big bad boy that I don't know how to use. Is this enchantable as well? No. So everything except the 2 guns is enchantable. That's been the weapons and the armors. Let's go and have a look at all of the different blocks we get in this add-on. Now, there are a fair few blocks added in this add-on, and we're going to look at them first in fancy and then just take a glance at them in vibrant visuals as well. So we'll start over here. We have a cooler. Now, a cooler can be used on one of the SCPs to help keep them cool and contain them. You can interact with it, and you can place certain items in here to help it work. And you see it's got little power bars up there for how full and effective and usable it is. I'm going to let you guys work out how to deal with that. Same for the sprinkler. You can interact with it, put things in there, it'll power up, and this can also be used to contain things. We have then got a high intensity lamp, and before we look at that, actually, let's just go, can I pick the sprinkler? I can. There's the sprinkler, and there's the cooler. So the cooler calms down SCP-939, and the sprinkler calms down SCP-682. It's able to spray water, lava, or AMNC-227 concentrate. Happy to show you that. Fair dues. Next up, we've got the high intensity lamp, which stuns SCP-106 for 30 seconds, and it needs a micro HID battery to do so. And then you've got a facility bulb, which is just a decorational block. We also have a desktop, which you can upload SCP data into floppy disks. So we have 3 floppy disks. We've got a safe class, Euclid class, and Keter class, and you can place them into this, and you can choose an SCP. So this is a Keter class floppy disk. I'm going to load it with 682 on here. We'll come back to this one in a moment because we then have a printer. This lets you print SCP labels. So I'm going to put my floppy disk in here that I loaded up. We then need to make sure that we have paper, like so. Place this into here, and it will print a label for us right here. And we can place the label down, like so, and it looks like that. And it's essentially a visual thing to just kind of say, this is a label for 682. It's an object class Keter and can be used in your containment areas. If we ignore everything else for a second, we'll see that there are labels for each of them here with the different classes. So once you start containing the SCPs, you can start identifying them, which is quite nice. I like that. So the one that we missed in the middle then, this is a computer. You interact with a wrench and you interact with a PDA. So let's grab ourselves the wrench like so. And let's grab ourselves a PDA, like so. I'm going to blow this up, why not? There you go, does block damage as it was filled up. There it is. So, with the wrench, we want to click on the computer and we can select a screen. And what this essentially does is like a quick jump to the PDA. So say I'm here and I want to learn about, I don't know, what about the floppy disk? I set the computer to a floppy disk and I get my PDA. I interact with the PDA on the computer and the PDA jumps to that page. So if you just want to find information out on certain things, the computer is the best way to navigate the PDA. Awesome. We also then have a facility monitor, which is used to configure containment doors, which we'll try to look at in the experience section. Then we have if I can even pick it, I don't think I can. That's annoying. Let's go here. This is a cage, if I'm not mistaken. This is a caged cart. So you can pick it up using a wrench. You can interact with steel ingots to repair it, and you can use it to transport SCPs. So, for instance, if we put a lead on it, imagine there was an SCP in there. We can pull it along, and this is how we will move SCPs around. Not the easiest thing to get go of once you need to, but yeah, that's that. Then for the rest of the building blocks, they're very decorational. We've got a couple animated ones on here too. So we have got a hazard block, a drywall block, we've got grey brick veneer, tinted checkered facility tiles, checkered facility tiles, hardened facility concrete tiles, facility concrete bricks, polished facility concrete. We've then got yellow striped facility concrete. I did say that one there. We've got yellow striped facility concrete, and these are available in all of the different colors as well, so we don't need to click on each of those. There is also a crushed concrete here. We have ceramic tiles. We've got cut ceramic tiles. There's ceiling panels, steel blocks, steel grates, steel mesh, steel grate tiles. We've also got a steel fence, which apparently behavior differs from vanilla fences, although that seems to work correct. I guess that's trying to say that it doesn't interact with vanilla fences, maybe. Let's see. Grab this. Oh, maybe if I do that correctly. Let's go up here and grab that, and then grab here. Place that down. No, they hit. Okay, I mean, they don't connect perfectly. Not sure how it interacts differently, but there you go. We also have a truss rod, which again does the same kind of thing. So it's not a perfect interaction, but it knows it's there. We then have shiny corrugated metal, green corrugated metal, red corrugated metal, and red metal wireframes. We then have iron shutters. We've got polished calcite, chiseled calcite, calcite bricks, chiseled calcite bricks. There's calcite slabs, which again, behavior differs from vanilla slabs, but you can walk on them. Whoops. You can also fall off the edge if you need to. But yeah, you can walk on them fine, which is one thing that you'd expect a slab to do. And you can double up, which is another thing you'd expect a slab to do. So not sure how it differs there. Same again for the calcite brick slab. We've got cardboard box. We've also got a mini box, which should apparently contain loot, unless placed in survival or adventure. So not really sure how that works, but apparently that contains loot. Chuck that one there. Then we have a file cabinet. Can we interact with a file cabinet? No. We then have server rack. We've also got an animated fan block. We've got flood lamps. There's yellow, red, and blue pipes. There is an SCP-131A block, which you can place a lever on top of to construct an SCP-131. And then a B block as well, which I'm not really sure how this works. I'm a little bit nervous about trying this. So let's give this a go. We'll go in here to the lever like so. You guys can't say I don't test things. On here. Oh, it makes one of the iPods. And there we go as well. There you go. So that's how you spawn those in. Thank you very much. We then also have calcite hive in 1, 2, and cobbled calcite. And these make those little weird butterfly things appear. They don't seem to be around at the moment, but they do. And they also get pointed calcite crystals and large calcite crystals. And then you have a scale block for the 682, glistening corroded blocks, and corroded blocks in general. We have doors over here, so we can see we've got the facility door, which is a 2x1. There's a hardened facility door, facility containment door, reinforced facility containment door. We've got a facility blast door, facility containment blast door, and a reinforced facility containment blast door as well. And they're controlled using facility door buttons and the different keycard reader levels. And we also have a ceiling lantern, we have a fluorescent ceiling light, and we have a wall mounted light. So let's grab a facility door. Let's grab a keycard level 1. Let's grab that, and let's grab that. What about if we checked out these doors? So facility door button, we're going to place that on here, and that immediately says it's linked. Throw that down. So if I interact with that, we get a little sliding animation. Okay, and then if I do it again, not bad. Okay, cool. If I place you down, you link to that one. Okay. Oh, little up and down motion. Nice. And then again here as well. What about on this one? Another slide across. And then this one. Another slide across, like so. If I place you down, that's opening up. Doesn't seem to care about clipping as it opens. Okay. What if I break that? So do that and break it. What if I place down a keycard reader and then swipe the keycard reader? It works as well. This one here, it works as well. And then on here, it works as well. So those are all of the blocks. Let me set it to vibrant visuals and let's see how they look. And so vibrant visuals is now activated. Probably not a good thing to be stood over water while doing this, but we can see what's going on. So yeah, height maps in the doors, and we've got some shine going on as well on these blocks. That's cool. Obviously there's the clipping that we're already aware of, so let's just close a few of these, see what happens. Again, I still have my world set on 16 chunks, everything set to high and gamma set to 100. We've got some bright lights on these doors as well. And as we look around, we can see the still also has it. So we're seeing, this is probably my first real experience of custom blocks getting that vibrant visual effect. I'm very impressed with this, and I hope this becomes a normality for add-ons that can be used in vibrant visuals. This is quite cool. We also see the lights warming up there too. And again, great that they work both in fancy. We didn't really lose anything in fancy with the normal maps. And then we get the height maps here as well. I think that's awesome, man. See some over here as well. And yeah, there we go. So why don't we see how we actually do playing this add-on? Let's load into the world, let's set everything to spawning on correctly and see what it's like to try and capture an SCP. So I've turned on all of the settings. We've got mob spawning on, mob griefing. I'm in creative, but it's set to hard difficulty. And we're going to fly around and just see what we can find. Now, there are structures around. I know I haven't mentioned that too much in the video, but there will be naturally generating structures. Because I wasn't able to spawn them in, I didn't want to draw too much attention to them as we go through, but hopefully we'll find some. We're also going to just hover around and see what the spawning mechanics are like. Currently, we have got vanilla mobs spawning, so that's good. Doesn't seem to interfere with the vanilla mobs, at least too tough to begin with. Hey, look, we've got a pale garden over there. How you doing, dude? And if we just have a little look around, I don't really know what to expect in terms of the SCP spawning. Are we going to get them spawning randomly? Are we going to get them spawning in a structure? I'm not 100% sure. But hopefully we'll be able to find something as we fly around. So I've been flying around for a little while and I haven't seen any SCP spawn in randomly at all. But I have had this structure spawn in, so we can take a look at this while we're here. Why not? We got a nice build on here. We got some animated fans going on. We've got the smoke coming up. There's a bit of an area here, like an excavated dig site. What else do we have? Let's have a look inside. We've got these big old doors on here. Hey, it looks a bit almost like something out of Jurassic Park, in fact. What if I come onto here? Can I go into survival? What happens? Do I break this? Okay, we got a string. That's always what you want, isn't it? There we go. There's also some loot here. We've got, oh, AMNC227 concentrate. Amnestic for calming SCP-682. We didn't even look at that in the other section. Okay. What about that? That just breaks. Doesn't matter. Okay, so if I put a button on here. Yeah, you're linked. Right. Is this meant to be like a containment zone? So there's an empty containment zone here. So no SCP spawned. Interesting. I was wondering if anything was going to spawn around us. Nothing up there. I am playing in fancy graphics just in case people don't like vibrant visuals as well. So just bear that in mind. But this would work with vibrant visuals, as we've seen already. Nothing underneath it. That block's come into the ground. Okay. Weird. Very weird, but okay, I mean, it's a cool structure though. I like the structure. Apparently there are about 7 or so, maybe more. It says 7+ in the description. But yeah, no SCP spawning in at all. I'm still seeing standard vanilla mobs spawning as we go around. That is very much a custom tree. Okay, we've got a custom tree. Minecraft trees don't look like that. What is this? Here we go. Hang on. What's around here? There's zombies. Right, so we've got SCP-939 with many voices. Okay, so it spawns this structure here. Oh, and then in here we've got some stuff. We've got a skeleton head. Got a chest. There's a key card in here. We'll take that. There's a golden apple and a whole load of rotten flesh. Wow, and if I hadn't have noticed the custom tree, that's actually quite mad, you know. If I hadn't have noticed that custom tree, I never would have noticed that. My eyes were not here for it. Obviously, yeah, you got cobblestone there, naturally spawning cobblestone. There's tuff. So it's not perfectly hidden, but if I hadn't have noticed that tree, I never would have seen that. Okay. So I had brought you back to say that there's another weird little cave structure spawning. But it looks like another one for those guys. But then I did see this over here, which I'm guessing is another facility. So let's just see what this looks like then, shall we? This looks like a big area. Very much looking like a prison. Almost Soviet in design, fair enough. Can we get into here? How do we get in? Custom blocks being used. Ah, here we go. Okay. And that's like an orange. I picked up an orange one, didn't I? Okay, cool. Grab that. What's inside here? Hello. Got a button. Oh, these are big to be exploring. Okay. Down here. Can I get in there? Yes, I can. Right. Like, I don't know if we're going to meet an SCP or what. This is huge. We've got bees in here. More stuff. Labels saying that things are safe, but then there's nothing in them. Okay. What if we go into just spectator real quick? Let's have another little look. Oh, wow. There's even more. Okay. More layers. Not looking like any real... What's that? Okay. Loot in there. Doesn't look like there's any SCPs around though. These SCPs look quite rare. Okay then, fair dues. And then up here, what else we got up here? Just like infrastructure, SCP-207 safe. What's this? Oh, it's the Coca-Cola. Not the Coca-Cola. Cola. Just cola. No copyright infringements, I promise. So this one was storing cola. This is a big building for cola, isn't it? Oh, wow. Okay. So yeah, weird. Not seeing many SCPs actually spawning. Just structures. Not sure how I feel about that. This is definitely something that I think, not my deep dive, but an actual playthrough people will need to experience because it seems a bit weird in that sense. What about if we try to capture one ourselves? Alright, so I've managed to build a bit of a containment area here, just to give it a bit of a go. So what we're going to do is we're going to place down one of these SCP-939s here. Now, how would I get him in here? Well, first of all, I'm probably going to have to be in survival. I haven't actually tried this yet, but let's see how it goes. So let's open that door. Hey, big man, how's it going? Okay, are you interested in me? He is. Oh my lord, he is. Oh my lord. No, no. Where is he? Where is he? Hey, 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 hey. Come on. What are you doing? Come on, big man. Look, you either want some of me or you don't. You know, so, oh my lord, does he want some? He wants some. He wants some. Get up. Yeah, I got nausea effect. Oh, I can't handle it. I can't handle nausea effect. I don't even like moving. How does he know? Come here. Come inside. Come on. In you come. Yes. No. Hey, big man. Word up. What up? Oh, no, no, no. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. Excuse me. Oh, he bit me through the wall. All right. I have no idea how you would capture this guy. I know that there is a way that you can do, place him down, then you place down this, and you catch him inside that, although he's about to die, which is probably not the way that that's supposed to happen. But we captured him there, and then we can lead him and pull him away and take him underwater. But I have absolutely no idea how we should be doing this. So I'm going to have to leave this one to you guys. Hopefully I was able to show you enough of the content that's included. I definitely think there's something here. It's just something for people who are a lot smarter than me, who can put a lot more time into this. If you're an SCP fan, let me know. Are these real SCPs? Are they made up? Let me know if they're accurate. Let me know what you guys think. But I think there's definitely something here for a thorough playthrough. Let me know what you guys think. Please do leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!